What about those Brisbane Heat boys at the Breakfast Creek? Just, you're starting to order, aren't you?
Yeah. Do you want another one?
You're wandering to the barman and you're saying, I think I'll have another one. Nothing you can do. The most helpless situation in sport.
Yeah, mid-wicket in place now.
Nice.
So even that ball there, Flem, it's going to be a really bad ball for Sandy to bowl to get cut to deep point. I'd like to see that point guy come in, because then he can bowl a decent leg spinner, knowing he's not just going to get pushed in onto the offside and release that little bit of pressure.
Sounds good to me.
They can afford to give up a boundary now. But just by building a couple of dots, a better chance of getting a wicket. Nicely bowled. Well, any of you guys with me? I'm going to say they won't get 108.
Hard to see him from here, especially facing this quality.
Won't get 100.
There you go.
So I bet you by 8 runs.
Well, we're all in the grants then.
That.
That's such a good length, isn't it? It's just getting Abbott out of his crease a little bit, not reading it out of the hands. And there's a lot of leg spinners going around in the BBL who don't have a really big leg break. They bowl top spinners and the wrong ones there go. But he's got a very good leg break that went past the outside edge a couple of balls ago. And he's got a toppy and he's got a brilliant wrong one as well.
Big shout, and the finger goes up.
There's that wrong and excellent length. They've all been in that sort of avenue of apprehension. No one's comfortable. They're prodding forward, hoping they've actually got the right line. And on that occasion, Curran didn't see that bat where it's coming from. That was nowhere near the ball. Going on to hit middle and leg. Beautifully bowled.
Yeah, it's classy leg spin bowling from Lamachani. Having a look at a leg spinner early, then goes to that wicket-taking wrong one that he has got perfectly pitched. Struck him on the knee roll. The line of it looked fine. So Curran's on his way for 10. Now 6 for 50.
Staggering. Staggering destruction of the top order. Six wickets have fallen inside 7.5 overs. It's nuts. Just never saw it coming. Beautiful batting pitch, fast outfield. Stars have been absolutely superb. Six for 50.
Sydney Sixers 7 for 53. Pretty sad. A lot of figures there if you're a Sixers fan. Hughes 12, Philippe went early, James Vince followed. No one's managed to get going. And two quality leg spinners now. It's not going to get any easier for them either. Ben Dorsius on strike, slip in place. Wrong one across him. Was two. Leading edge down the long line. Jim.
And just having a look at Sandeep's first over, just have a look at the landing there. All balls on that good short length. The batsman's getting pushed forward, except for that last one, obviously, against O'Keefe. And if you're not picking it out of the hand, you're in real trouble. And that last one from, or the wicket from Curran, that was the laneway of lament for him. Beautifully constructed over.
Beautiful. She's got some juice, this young man. That's a superb delivery.
Well, we've been waiting all game for the wicket just to start to turn. That's just a classical leg spinner. Really good release. You can see the angle of the seam coming down there. Beautifully bowled. Once again, though, Flem, it's on that length, isn't it? Spot on with the length. Around that 6 to 7 metre length, and you're in the game. That's a bit full. It's an easy drive. I was just going to say earlier, Jim, you said you were really surprised to see this batting collapse from the Sydney Sixers. I'm actually not.
Yep.
Think about the mindset thing, but also the momentum that the Melbourne Stars took out of the back half of their batting innings. They went in at half-time with all the buzz around them. They'd given themselves a bit of a sniff to try and qualify for the finals. So they're up and about, whereas the Sixers were the other way. They knew they were already in. They probably didn't expect to be 7 for 55, but... And they would have expected to be, as you say, hosting that home semi-final. I think it just goes to show, if you turn up in a competition like this that's so evenly matched and you're just a little bit off with your mindset or your skills, any team can beat anybody else.
They were 5 for
seen today.
Oh, sorry, Rick. Yeah, they were 5 for 116 when Bravo was dismissed. There was 19 balls left in the innings.
Amazing.
You'd be thinking chasing 135, 140. And the acceleration from Maxwell getting up to 168.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a different philosophy bowling then. It's over 8 and over. Gets a couple of wickets with the new ball. The run rate's getting up to that 9 or 10. But when you're trying to keep it under 7s, it's a tough ask.
Yep. Great bowling response too from the Stars after 2 nights ago. Been fantastic. Hats off, as they say. Final ball of the Sandeep over. Again, that Rollen, and that just for a moment looked like it might sneak through. 7 for 59. Love what that man on screen's brought to this competition. We'll see a lot more of him, don't worry about that. Jack.
Rightio, a bit more attacking here now. Get that mid-off up. Bring mid-off up. Take that little push to mid-off out of the equation for Stephen O'Keefe. He's going to look now just to try and work the ball around, push the ball around, take not too many risks with that 108 in mind. See there, just looking to defend in on the offside. Bring the field in, open up a few more gaps for him outside the circle, see if he'll play a big shot. I've got no doubt that Dorsius will whenever he's on strike.
Well, he's bowled beautifully, hasn't he? Changed his pace, he's spinning it both ways. Well, there's the wrong one. And we're saying that the batsman might not be picking it, and we've got the difference between his wrong one and his leg break here. And on the left, you see when it's released, you actually see the back of the hand for the wrong one. And for the leg break, the thumb is still pointing down towards the batsman. But he does have a quick bowling arm action as well, so it's not easy to pick.
Especially if you're a number 9 or 10. That's out. Beautiful bowling. Away from the left-hander. Simple catch this time for Maxwell. 8 down.
Well, it's brilliant bowling. It really is. Classical leg spin bowling. And it's that ball you're just describing as well, Damien Flynn. I'm pretty sure we see the replay here.
From the front foot crease, so that the batsman wouldn't have known that he was going to do that. The length is really, really full. Look at that release. It's at the stump level. But it encourages the drive, and you do not want to be nicking the ball near Glenn Maxwell today. So Dorsius back in the sheds for 7. It's 8 for 65.
The GOAT. What's he got for us? Out there, Nathan Lyon. How's he going to handle this magical leg spin bowling of Sandeep Lamashane?
Oh, I want to see it. I love seeing spinners face spinners.
Well, you know what he's going to do.
He loves a sweep.
He's going to sweep. Yeah, absolutely, he's going to sweep.
Whichever little catcher on the leg side.
Sandeep will know it. Will go fast and straight.
And he did.
I reckon, you know what I would do, Flem? 100% is get a 45 in.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of overspin on the ball. He's got a good top spinner and a good wrong-un. Nathan Lyon looks to sweep and gets the top edge. It's going to go to 45.
Yeah, don't worry about square leg. Got a catcher. 45.
Oh!
8 for 65.
Don't need a deep point, boys. Boys, keep saying it.
No.
And he wants to be bowling as many balls as he can to Pope, not O'Keefe. So bring that point up. Even have him catching in on the offside.
Goes airborne and gets it into a gap. Nicely done.
Said it all through the BBL. You do not bowl to Lloyd Pope there. That is his hot zone. Give him a bit of width. He'll take over cover every time.
It was a good shot.
It was a great shot.
It was thrown out there with that actual intent in mind. Try and entice him to play that shot. Bang. This stroke over extra cover.
A little bit of Stuart McGill about that.
Oh!
Keeps that one out too.
50 balls between boundaries there were there for the Sydney Sixers.
Lloyd Pope, of course, Flem received his South Australian cap from Peter McIntyre.
Emotional speech, I believe.
Really had to try and understand a lot of what Macca was saying. It was my mail, because he made the presentation about himself rather than about Lloyd playing for South Australia. Down he comes, and he's gone! Comprehensive Melbourne Stars victory, and they have played their way into a semi-final in Hobart.
Yeah, they certainly have. Well done. That man on screen there, Glenn Maxwell, has led his team absolutely magnificently here at the MCG today. Did it with the bat, finished with 82 from 43 deliveries. He's been outstanding as captain, taken a great catch and dismissed the Sydney Sixers for 74, which is their lowest total ever in Big Bash history.
Now the Stars, well done. They deserve it. Maxwell, can't think of a better captain's game in the BBL history.
Completely nuts. The Melbourne Stars go to Hobart. They are going to take on the Hurricanes on Thursday night. And the Sixers have to travel to Melbourne to take on the Renegades at Marvel Stadium on Friday night. What a performance from the Melbourne Stars. That's how your semi-finals look. We'll see you on Thursday night.
This broadcast was